Everybody has a good no-bake cookie recipe, but I found that combining two of my favorite no-bake cookies come up with a really good one. I'm going to put 2 cups of sugar, and 2/3 cup of milk. And then to that, I'm going to add 6 tablespoonfuls of just plain Hershey cocoa. And I'm using Hershey just because that's what's available. Any kind of a good dark, as long as you're not using like dark chocolate, will be good. This makes it really chocolatey. Okay, 6 tablespoonfuls. I'm going to turn my heat on to a medium, and I'm going to just mix that. Okay, we have got it all mixed together. Be sure you get your corners out of there. That cocoa can stick in those corners, and when it does, then it comes out in one big dry lump when you get ready to work on your cookies, so we need to get rid of those. I'm going to turn my heat now to, it's turned on fairly high because I am going to bring this to a nice boil, and I'm going to let this boil for 3 minutes. And during that 3 minutes, you probably need to stir it fairly often. You can't walk off and leave it because it may stick to the bottom, and then you'll have that smelly, burnt taste to your cookie, and we don't want that. So we're going to let this boil for 3 minutes. It's kind of like making fudge. Okay, my timer has gone off. It has boiled for 3 minutes, and as you can see, it is fairly thick. We're going to move this off of the heat. And to that, we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And that cold vanilla really made that bubble up, didn't it? Stir that in really good. Okay. Now we're going to add 16, not 16. We're going to add 6 tablespoonfuls of peanut butter. I think I'm just going to use my finger on that. Good cook always has clean hands anyway, right? And we're going to count those. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. One thing about the peanut butter in the chocolate, it really makes it a rich taste. Peanut butter and chocolate has always gone together. So you put that in there like that, and unless you just have someone that's allergic to nuts of some kind, this really is good like this. I used a smooth peanut butter, but if you want to make it a little different, make it your own, you can use the nutty, crunchy peanut butter. And as you see, that melts in there just really good. Makes it smooths it out. You can see that it has become really smooth now. To that, I'm going to add 1.5 cups of oats. Now you can use all oats if you do not have saltine crackers, but I like combining the two. I'm going to start out with one full sleeve of saltine crackers. And you're looking at this adding the salty in with the sweet. And I really like that combination. Excuse me while I get rid of that peanut butter. I'm going to just lick that off my finger. All home cooks has done that one time or another. And I'm going to put the entire sleeve of crackers into this mixture. Just kind of crumble them up. They don't have to be real small pieces because as you stir them, they're going to break up some in the pan anyway. You don't want any great big chunks, but okay. And then we're going to stir those in. Now the chocolate is beginning to set up, you can tell. So we need to work fairly fast with this. Make sure all of your cracker is coated with the chocolate, or it doesn't stick together. And that's a nice thick. You know you've got that 3-minute boil done correctly whenever it begins to harden up like this. Okay, now my suggestion is going to be put it in a pretty good sized, kind of gather it up and put it in a big sized ball right there in your pan. That way it stays moist longer and allows you to work just a little slower as you put it out onto your wax paper. Okay, I have got a small ice cream scoop here, and that's what I'm going to use. That way I can get it kind of all the same. I may have one or two that's great big, and those will probably be the ones I eat. Okay, now as you get down to the last ones, you may have to shake them a little bit, because as this cools, it's going to get more crumbly. That gives you a nice, easy to eat cookie. Alright, we're going to let those just sit here, cool off a little bit, and then we're having a good old no-bake cookie. If you like these recipes, please like, share,